let's get started. I'm going to start by cleaning out this flower bed really quickly, and then I'll show you the end results. I figured this is a great time in the shade of the day to tackle some work that I've been meaning to get to, but it's just been way too hot during the day to get to them. And I thought now is the time because it's really cooling off. We're in the shade and I can get some work done without completely becoming drenched with sweat. So what we're going to do is we're going to fill in this narrow bed, which is really cool because it has these beautiful tower boxwoods, which I think were the perfect structural piece that we added a couple of years ago. And then what we do normally is we add annuals here. And about 3 months ago, I had found some red cranberry nemesia from Proven Winners, and I planted this up in this flower bed, but it did not like the light conditions that this area gets. This morning sun was just a little bit too harsh, and as soon as we started heating up, man, that sun zapped it right out of the flower bed, man. It is like burnt to a crisp. So I need to change that out. So we're going to clean this up. Plus I have weeds in here that need to be taken care of. We're going to get this all nice and spruced up, take out the weeds. I have a caladium that's coming back. I don't know if I'm going to keep it in there, but I have some really cool annuals that I'm going to put in here, actually perennials that I'm going to put in here that are going to look great, I'm sure. And then I'm going to, this is just sitting here right now, I'm going to plant up the container that Ella had planted up a couple of years ago. It's a self-watering container. I'm going to plant that up here because the idea with that is that the annuals that I'm going to plant in there will cover our air conditioning unit and hide that. And I have a new variety that I'm really looking forward to trying out in this area this year. And then the flower box. All right, so I got that work to do and I think I can get it done. But before we start, I want to show you what I'm intending to plant. I have a table full of beautiful things over here. Let's check it out. Okay, so first on the list here, I have this brand new for 2024 Super Bells Pink, and I'm going to pot those up with the really nice Saffron Finch Supertunia. And I think that's going to be great because it's going to mirror what we have already going on in our garden. A couple of weeks ago, I planted the beautiful double up begonias with the double yellow. Along the wall, I had planted also the really nice yellow with the pink Super Bells on the wall. So then I have these really pretty sun patients that can do great in sun or shade. And this part of the yard right here really is an interesting part for sure, in that the morning sun, if the morning sun comes right out and we don't have any overcast, this area can really bake very quickly. So I got to plant something in here that can handle sun and then afternoon shade. We're going to get those planted right here. And then I'm going to hopefully get to, and I think I'll be able to get to, the really nice brand new cherry burst verbena. But it's going to be so nice to finally get everything planted and out of their cans so that they can achieve their full potential once they're in their final spot. So let's get started. I'm going to start by cleaning out this flower bed really quickly, and then I'll show you the end results. So here we go. Okay, everybody, it's a different day, and I'm so happy that I got everything done. I ran out of daylight, and so I needed to film on a different day. So, um, it's really exciting to see everything all planted and all in their spots. And it's been driving me crazy that this part of the yard hadn't been taken care of, and I meant to do it long before I did, but I'm glad that I finally finished. So let's talk about what we did and how everything looks. All right, so let's talk about these beautiful sun patience. I mean, the variety is absolutely beautiful. I love the color of the bloom. It's so pretty and cheerful. And again, it goes really well with the pink, the yellow, and the white theme that I have going on in the backyard. And I think it's a huge upgrade compared to what I had here before. The Nemesia, they were beautiful, but they had seen their day and they had definitely fizzled out. So this is going to be great for sure. I'm really looking forward to these tripling in size. They're just going to mound even bigger and hopefully fill in this whole space. And one of the really good things that I like about these is they're not a trailing plant, which means they'll just fill in this part beautifully. And that's one of the great things about these tower boxwoods is that they kind of stay back. They don't come out and they don't encroach upon our patio area here, which is great. So that's one of the best things that I love about these tower boxwoods is their upright growth habit and how they don't spread to be super wide where I have to constantly trim them back. They're going to stay really nicely in this area, and it's going to be great to see them grow for sure. They're very easy to maintain. These are going to be great in the light here in that they're going to receive probably from morning until about 2 or 1 or 2 in the afternoon. And if we move our pergola over on this side and that ends up shading this part of the bed a little bit more than they are getting now, it's not going to matter because they're so versatile. You can plant them in sun or shade. In terms of fertilizing them, they don't need a lot of that. And so I just gave them a little bit of starter fertilizer. I'll make sure to give you guys some updates for sure, but I'm really happy. I think that's going to be a big improvement in this little narrow bed. So one of the other things that I was able to plant up very quickly is this really pretty self-watering container that I place on top of our air conditioning unit here. And I'm really excited because I've never grown this really pretty chocolate drop coleus in a container like this before, because this is a trailing coleus, which means it's going to trail over the side, hopefully hang down along with the beautiful cherry burst verbena that I planted in here. And I think these two plants with the beautiful variegated foliage of the coleus. Gotta love coleus, and I think that just having that difference in texture is going to be different in this spot for sure. The main idea here is to have really pretty blooms with beautiful different texture in foliage that will cover. I mean, this lattice is nice and it does its purpose hiding our air conditioning unit, but it's really nice to soften the look of this because it is white and it is kind of stark in our garden, with some beautiful trailing plants that are going to be blooming and not blooming. All right, so this container is probably one of my favorites so far. I love the colors, and I definitely love how the colors in here kind of mirror a lot of the theme that I have going on with pink and yellow. And it's not like it's all pink and yellow in my backyard. I didn't want to create that much of a cohesion, but there was a little bit more of a thought process that went into it this year. And I think this goes really well with the other things that I have already established for sure. Now, the super bells, I've had yellow super bells in here and they did fantastic. I've also planted lobelia in there, and lobelia, just like my Nemesia, when it got really hot, it kind of fizzled out, but the super bells kind of took over and went crazy right here. Even though this is in a part sun situation where it gets probably about 5 hours of sun, they still did beautifully. They look so pretty, and I'm so excited to have this entire space all finished. It's going to be so great to see how everything grows well together over time. And the only thing that I have left here is to finish a hanging basket that will hang right here. And I'm not sure what I'm going to put in there, but I think I'm going to find some odds and ends around my yard that will look beautiful right here. And then this side will be all finished. But until then, thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you very soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.